So I had a conversation with a friend recently about games and their inserts. I actually have a couple of games right here that we can talk about. I wanted to talk about Dice Forge. Dice Forge is like a dice builder game, kind of like a deck builder, but you're building your dice instead. It's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend taking a look at it. It's by Asmodee. It's kind of an older game, actually. It's been out for, a handful of years, but it's got one of the best inserts I've ever seen in a game, and I wanted to just point it out because I don't think enough companies really consider their insert and the level of administration that goes into setup and teardown as like a major theme to their game. This one absolutely does. So first of all, we take a look at kind of what we come up with here. There's this tray here that has all of the dice facings that fit into the dice. And it comes with this little elastic strap so that I can basically slide out all the different pieces, place them back in the tray, and then play with them. But these pieces are tiny. These pieces are super tiny. They could go anywhere. They could go in little baggies. They could go just in a trough, and then I'd have to figure out which ones I wanted to buy as I roll my dice. Because in the game, you get one of these rather large dice, and you get a new piece that goes into it. You pry out the old piece, and you put in the new one. So there you go. You have a new facing on the dice, so it can come up with different things, which is a pretty cool concept. For any game, really. It's just a cool concept. But the tray itself allows us to not only use it as kind of a set piece, because you're also supposed to bring the board out kind of like this, and then put it against that side of the board, and then place this out. So now you're rolling your dice, you're doing your thing, cards are on the side here, and this becomes kind of part of the board and part of the game. But the real reason I think you need to take a look at your insert as a game developer is because you have to consider how many times someone can get it to the table, and remember that the more they play it, the more they're going to play it with friends, family, and other people that may want to then purchase the game. So if someone plays, Dice Forge a dozen times, how many of those could eventually turn into possible sales? A lot more than if it was very difficult to build up and tear down. Another example of a really good box design that I want to actually bring up, I'm going to set this off to the side, is the Grimm Forest. So this is actually the Kickstarter edition of the Grimm Forest. It comes with this sleeve. And the sleeve looks like a book. So it sits really nice on a shelf. But it's a huge box. So this box is massive, looks nice on a shelf, could actually create sales from a local game store pretty easily. But if we take the sleeve off, take a look inside, the box art's beautiful. Actually, the art in this game is wonderful all over the place. It actually has game trays, like literally the company game trays, and it's got all your chits and stuff in like a locked location. And I can take all of my trays out, even the little, the little piggies and the other miniatures like the troll and stuff. They have a spot to live. So I can stand this board game upright on my shelf, whether I'm an FLGS or if I'm just at home and I want to store games upright, I can because of the insert, which means I'm likely to display something nice, I'm likely to play something nice, and I'm likely to have my friends and family and anyone else want to play that game because it looks nice on the shelf. They're at least intrigued by it, That's a good reason why a lot of games have wonderful art on their boxes. It's to sell the game. It's to encourage play so that the more plays, the more new people come in, and the more new people that come in, the more potential sales you can get. The other element of this, though, is cost, because the cost to make a really great insert can be almost too much. It can be really, really difficult to make a really wonderful insert that takes care of everything. And this is the reason why companies like Broken Token are able to do what they do. I recently got the the insert for Gloomhaven, and it is beefy. It's crazy. Like, first of all, I have to have this with it. This is the broken token thing that shows me where all of the trays go in, but then you just have tray after tray after tray of just little things and all of the pieces and stuff, just to cut down the amount of administration. Now for Gloomhaven, you may not actually worry about that because Gloomhaven is meant to be played kind of legacy style, so those that are playing it are kind of keeping to themselves. I'm playing this with 2 others and no one else. So if anybody else sees us play it, then they might get interested, but I'm not going to play it with them. I'm playing it with someone else. We're going through the legacy campaign. I mean, it's not legacy, but we're going through the campaign. You know, we're not doing a whole lot of outreach for this game. And outreach really is kind of like the point of this video, is your insert may limit your outreach of the game. So consider that. It's a fine line to ride between overall cost of your insert and the viability of your game being played multiple times. Probably shouldn't cover my microphone like that. So as a designer, I would encourage you to also design a nice, good, solid insert. If the game can be played easily and be set up easily and broken down easily, it will be played more often and your outreach for said game will increase, meaning that you will sell more copies, ultimately. You can sort of remove that element from legacy games because they're not going to have a whole ton of outreach, but I would still consider it. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, that'd be super awesome. The subscribe button is down there, I swear. Please make sure to hit that bell icon so that you can get alerted to all of our future videos.